Hi there, it's Growing Good Hair, and I wanted to talk about a subject that is near and dear to my heart. And I wanted to first start off by saying, when you look at me, what's the first thing that you notice? What's the first thing that you see? As you can see, I have gray hair. I have a lot of gray hair, and it's mostly in the front. And if you are struggling with whether or not you should cover it or dye it, or what to do when your hair starts to turn gray, stay tuned because that's what I wanted to discuss today. um, my hair wasn't always I didn't always feel happy about the gray. When I noticed that it was coming in, I actually, although I never dyed my hair, but I actually had two mascaras. A black mascara for my eyelashes and a black mascara for, you guessed it, my hair. And when it first came in, it was just at the hairline. That's right, at the hairline only. I didn't have all of this. You can see it's gray hair, and I have some grays coming in the back as well. But when it first started going gray, when I first noticed it, I panicked a little bit, I have to admit. And it was just in the front. I had young children, and I was very self conscious about it. And so like I said, I never dyed it, but I would touch it up. And the funny thing is now I see that that's actually being sold in the stores, but not as mascara, as like a hair touch up kit thing. I noticed that that's a thing now, but I was doing it like 20 years ago. I would just get a mascara and cover that up. But I will admit that it was a process. It was a process to accept myself and my hair exactly as it was. And it was not an overnight process, it was a gradual acceptance, a gradual realization that number one, there are far less or far more or far worse things. There are worse things in life than to have gray hair. And so, you know, if you are healthy, you are blessed. If you have gray hair and you're healthy, you are blessed. But it's a mindset. Um, uh, what helped me was to just and I'll tell you a funny story. I was covering my hair with my mascara cover, and no one had really seen my hair in with the silvers out. No one had really seen it, and one day I just was I was lazy. I didn't feel like doing it. I was just gonna rush to the store, and when you just when you rush out with no makeup or something on, um, that's when you're gonna see people that you know, right? So I did not have, a cap or a scarf or a hat. I didn't have my hair, my little mascara fix on my roots. And I ran into uh, a woman that I knew in the neighborhood, and she had never seen my hair naturally as it was before. And the look on her face was, she was so shocked. She did like one of these, like, what the, she kind of looked at me like that and looked up at my hair. And thinking back, I think I felt embarrassed, maybe even maybe a little bit exposed. But at the same time, I felt like, wait a second, almost dawned on me in that moment. I thought, wait a second, this is me. This is me. This is me authentically. This is who I am. This is how it is. Why am I ashamed of that? Why am I trying to hide that? Why am I covering that? And so from that day forward, because I remember it vividly, And from that day forward, I don't know, something inside of me shifted. Um, and it became more like I don't want to hide who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I actually earned each and every last one of these gray hairs. And I didn't feel the need after that uh, to hide it and to pretend that, I was somebody or something that I was not. That's just me. I'm not saying that if you are not able to uh, reveal your hair color, I'm not saying that, anything negative about who you are. I'm just letting you know what my experience has been, and also maybe giving you like a different way to think about this, because I just felt very strongly about not having to hide or not making any apologies. You know, I wanted to be authentic about who I was. And so I stopped coloring my hair. That coupled with the fact that I was nervous about what exactly was in the hair dyes. I was really concerned about that. And I know that there's more information on that now online. Google is my friend. Google tells me everything. Google is my, you know, Google schools me about every single thing. So if you do a quick Google search on what's in hair dyes and all of that, you might be surprised to find out what's in them. And so that was a determining factor for me as well, um, in terms of me not using that, poison. I don't want to use that in my hair. The scalp is not a barrier. Like when you put the dyes on, when you put chemicals on, it will seep into, or it will be absorbed by your skin, which is your largest organ, by your skin, and it will be absorbed into your bloodstream. And so I just didn't want to do that to myself. And also, the same as with relaxing, chemically relaxing. Hello, I'm taping. I'm taping. The same as chemically relaxing my hair. I quit that as well because I didn't want to poison myself. And I also wanted to show up authentically in my own skin, be comfortable in my own skin. And um, I didn't trust what was in it. I didn't want to use that, and I didn't want to feel like I had to relax my hair or I had to color my hair. I didn't want to kind of like be a slave to it, because once your roots start showing, it's like a panic to get everything uniform again. So I just didn't want to be a slave to that. I don't have the time for it, to sit in a salon all day long and all of that. So those were primarily the reasons why I uh, quit relaxing my hair. That I'll do a whole separate video on that, because I have a story about that too. But I never dyed my hair, but I stopped coloring it for those reasons. I just had to get to the point where I could just accept me for who I am. And I come with gray hair. So um, that's why it's a decision that I made. It's a conscious decision that I made to leave my hair as it is and not color it. Now, I've had people, people, when they look and, I see them looking at my hair, either I'll do two things. Either I'll ignore it, or I don't notice it, or I just smile. It is what it is. But it seems to me that society puts a label on people with gray hair. And by the way, anybody can have gray hair. You could be born with gray hair, or you could be very young with gray hair. And I've seen both. And so society says that once your hair turns gray, you're useless. You are unattractive. You let yourself go. You don't care about how you look. You're old. They say all that, you know, to sell products, basically. And I think that I'm taping, hello, but I think that it's like a gradual conditioning, a gradual brainwashing, even. And I do feel that, this idea has been placed in our head like, oh, if you have gray hair, you're old, you're out to pasture, you're finished, you're done. Or you let yourself go and, you're old and all useless and all of that. But, I remember those commercials. Oh, you're worth it. So color your hair, you're worth it. And that sort of sticks, you know. But now we have a more accepting mentality. And I do think that it's tied into self-care as well. Self-acceptance and self-care. And I've been wearing my hair um, in its natural state for a long time. But I'm happy to see now that there are whole communities of women and young women just wearing their hair as it grows out of their head. And so that's really nice to see. Now, if you are struggling with this, if you're trying to decide what to do, I would recommend that you get support through um, Instagram. There's a whole community of gorgeous, 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 um, fearless, courageous, confident women on there that have silver hair like me. There's a whole bunch. And on Facebook, I would suggest you find other women that are free and wearing their hair as it grows out of their head as they should, and connect with them or follow them for the inspiration. You can even Google. You can go on Google and or go online, I should say, and try and find these women, and they'll help you. To sort through your feelings, and it'll help you to normalize having gray hair. Trust me, it is not the end of the world to have gray hair. Now, if you're considering wearing your hair silver as it naturally is, you have two options. You can go cold turkey, just grow it out a little bit, and then cut all of the dyed parts off, or you can grow it out steadily, grow it out. This will take some wherewithal. I'm warning you, some wherewithal to grow your hair out